bias says today's a great day to fire Jerome Powell.
He is Alabama Senator Tommy Tuberville, and he joins us right now. All right, Senator. So clearly the president is very frustrated with Jay Powell. Powell is saying that he's expecting this inflation to show up at some point. I guess the question that I have is, what if it doesn't? How long does he wait?
Yeah. Well, he's playing God's what he's doing. And inflation's as low as it's been in months. And by the way, he did lower rates right before the election for Kamala Harris. But yeah, FJP, fire Jerome Powell. We put that out every day online, and we've gotten a lot of hits from that. He's killing our farmers, our small businesses, and the middle class.
Hey, what's going on, Bull Runners? Welcome back to the channel. You're here because you know something big is happening in crypto right now and you don't want to miss it. But let's be real. Navigating this space can be like walking through a maze blindfolded. Prices are swinging, headlines are dropping, and you're wondering, how do I stay ahead without getting burned? Well, the problem that we're all facing, the crypto world moves fast, and one wrong step can cost you. But what if I told you there's a way to cut through the noise, spot the real opportunities, and ride this wave like a pro? Stick with me, because today I'm not just going to break down the biggest crypto news that's shaking the market. I'm giving you the tools to act on it. And here's the kicker. If you stick with me until the end, I'm going to be revealing a sneaky trading indicator that's helping me spot winning moves before they even happen. Trust me, you'll want to see this because it's like having a secret map in the crypto jungle. But we're running out of time and these markets don't wait. So let's dive into today's news and uncover what's moving the needle right now. Plus, we'll be heading over to X to find out all the breaking news that's happening in the crypto world today. We'll check in at Forex Factory for all the important red news folder news that you need to know this week. We'll check on Crypto Quant. Is the XRP supply shock really hitting us right now? And we'll be jumping over to the charts to check out XRP, looking for our next level of resistance and immediate support. Plus, we will be taking a look at that indicator, helping you find the true momentum, short-term and long-term, that you can use in your markets. And so much more in today's video. So if you're like most people where you don't have the opportunity to spend hours a day in the crypto news like we do for you here on this channel, make sure you subscribe today. And if you are still feeling bullish about this current bull run, let us know by commenting 777 down below. First things first, let's head over to CoinMarketCap and check out the overall health of the crypto market today. So our market cap is surging back up. We're at $3.28 trillion. Total market cap, which is up 1.24% today. On the 30-day chart here, you can see we did have this extreme dip all the way down here to the $3 trillion level. This is on the 30 days, looking very poor when it comes to market structure because it's bearish. When we zoom out and we look at the yearly charts here, as we can see, we are still holding pretty strong. However, we did recently put in a new lower high and now a new lower low. So we do need to surge back up as far as total market cap, breaking back above 3.4 trillion to have some comfort back in this market. Fear and greed index did climb out of fear from yesterday. We are currently sitting in the neutral zone at 48. Altcoin season still coming in full on Bitcoin season. Unfortunately, it's a 17 out of 100. Bitcoin dominance continues to absolutely dominate, currently sitting at 64.4%, up 1.19% today. Taking a look at the Bitcoin ETF numbers, yesterday was a great day, $327 million of the inflows. Today, not as hot, only $57 million of the inflows into the Bitcoin ETFs. The Ethereum ETFs rebounding severely to the upside yesterday, very positive, $100 million worth of inflows. Today's report's not fully reporting yet, still showing a zero. Top 6 cryptos by total market cap. Bitcoin, number 1, obviously, at $106,000 today. Number 2, Ethereum at $2,400. Number 3, Tether at $1, of course. Number 4, XRP, currently at $2.19. When will it take out the number 3 spot by total market cap? It is currently $26 billion away. Number 5, BNB coming in at $644. And number 6, Solana coming in at $145. Checking out Forex Factory for the red folder news. The important news that came out today was Fed Chair Powell testifying, and he continues his testimony tomorrow at 7 a.m., coming out still consistently fighting against the current administration and the country, really, when you think about it, because Jerome Powell, representing the Fed chair, he doesn't want to lower the interest rates. The more interest rates stay high for them, the more the Federal Reserve makes off of the United States, but he doesn't want to lower those rates. Tomorrow we'll have a continuation of that testimony, but then Thursday, big numbers coming out, GDP numbers and unemployment claims. You will not want to miss that. Make sure you subscribe so you see the video on those numbers. And of course, Friday we'll have the PCE price index coming out to wrap up the week. Heading over to X to get all the breaking news that's happening right now. Don't forget to head over to Bull Runners and subscribe on X at Bull Runners HQ. We are giving away $100 worth of XRP. We do that every single week. The winners will be announced on Sunday. Congratulations to our last winner. I see clearly won for winning XRP giveaway. In order to win, all you have to do, very simple, follow us, like, retweet, and comment XRP on the pinned post here. Subscribe to our daily crypto newsletter, and that also gets you a free book, which is our Altcoin Secrets, the underground guidebook to becoming a crypto millionaire. All you have to do is click the orange button, enter your best email, click the orange button again, and you get your book, and you're on the newsletter, and you're entered to win the contest. So as we saw in the beginning of the video, Fire Jerome Powell is getting a lot of steam from a lot of the Republican side of the Trump administration, obviously, but there was some positive news that did come out today during the testimony, and that was that federal Jerome Powell says that banks are free to conduct crypto activities. We did see that report yesterday. We reported that on the channel, but this is great news because he said it out loud for everyone to hear. Most people just seeing a report could say, oh, that's fake news, but this is coming from the head of the chair. So very bullish for crypto indeed, but the feud does continue. So right here we have too late Jerome Powell of the Fed will be in Congress today in order to explain, among other things, why he's refusing to lower rates. Europe has already had 10 cuts. We've had 0. No inflation, great economy. We should be at least 2 or 3 points lower, would save the United States $800 billion per year. Plus, what a difference that would make if things later change to the negative, increase the rate. I hope Congress really works this very dumb, hard-headed person over. We will be paying for his incompetence for years to come. The board should activate. Make America great again. And we do have some positive news coming out of the administration. We have pro-digital assets. This is from Senator Loomis. Pro-innovation, pro-America. These market structure principles will guide legislation to make the U.S. crypto capital of the world. And this is her report she put together here. She wants legislation should clearly define the legal status of digital assets. Jurisdiction should be clearly allocated among regulators. Regulation should be modernized to foster innovation. Regulation should protect those who purchase or trade digital assets. Illicit finance measures should be targeted and pro-innovation. Federal financial regulation should welcome responsible innovation. So as you know, the world is leaning towards blockchain, the entire financial system being reset over to crypto. And we can see this coming from the pro-crypto legislation that's coming down the pipeline and also the pro-crypto administration pushing real hard to make this happen. And XRP Army, don't forget, they just had the Apex 2025, a major turning point for institutional adoption on XRP Ledger. So we're talking about institutional adoption. We're talking about political adoption across the entire country, but XRP and Ripple pushing hard for this, from tokenized treasuries to global stablecoins. Real world finance is no longer hypothetical. It's being built now on XRPL. They did go on to give a short recap. So major announcements from Apex. 5 stablecoins are now live on XRPL, USDC, RLUSD, and EuroP, XSGD, USDB. Ondo Finance tokenized U.S. Treasuries launched on XRPL with seamless minting and redemption via RLUSD. Digital commercial paper DCP administered by GTS. Web3 Salon partnerships fueling new builders in Japan. With programmability and enterprise-grade features on the horizon, the XRPL is purpose-built for institutional finance. Multi-purpose tokens, MPT, structure complex real-world assets. Permission DEX, compliant secondary markets, credentials, enforce KYC on-chain, and real infra for the on-chain economy. So there was a ton of news coming out day after day at the Apex event. Very exciting for XRP Army. Also breaking right now today, the SEC Crypto Task Force met with the New York Stock Exchange to discuss crypto regulation approaches. The agenda included tokenizing equity trading, generic listing standards for spot crypto ETPs, and promoting level playing field among market participants. Now, one of the big things that's been going all around right now is the fact that Upbit and Binance exchange reserves are absolutely going to the bottom. They're getting nuked right now. Now, when we zoom out on this, though, we have to keep this into perspective, which I'm going to show you guys right now. If we take a look at this photo, XRP Ledger exchange on Upbit, this is the actual reserves the XRP held, and boom, you can see it crash to the downside. Even on Binance, you can see their reserves doing really well, and then boom, a crash to the downside. Now, when we do head over to CryptoQuant and we take a look at this, it is in fact true, but this is in a very narrow-minded mindset here. This is from March until June. So March, April, May, and June. So only 4 months. And as you can see, yes, we went from right here at this most recent high, 2.8 billion, all the way down to 2.2 billion. So that would be 600 million XRP coming off of the Binance exchange, which is massive. But when you take a zoom out, people are getting a little hyperbolic in my personal opinion. When you zoom out and we take a look at from January 2024 all the way until now, we can see the exchanges, yes, they did. The exchange reserves did indeed drop to the downside, but nothing as dramatic as they're making it seem. When you zoom in to a much smaller time frame, obviously it looks like, oh my gosh, there is no more XRP on exchange Binance, which Binance is one of the largest exchanges in the entire world. But when you actually zoom out, they're still holding tons and tons of XRP. But regardless, this is still very positive. The fact that we went from 2.8 billion all the way down to 2.2 billion, that's 600 million wiped off the exchange from Binance. And when we take a look at Upbit, there is an actual dramatic fall as far as exchange reserve coins on Upbit. Currently, if we zoom out all the way to a year and a half ago, January 2024 till now, that is a crazy drop. So from Upbit exchange, they went from 6 billion tokens all the way down to 1 billion tokens. So you see that correctly. Right now, unless there's some sort of glitch in the system, they lost 5 billion XRP tokens. If we zoom in on the view that we had from Binance, which didn't look as extreme when we zoomed in, but this one looks crazy extreme. As we can see, if we do the same scenario from March of 2025 until now, this makes the Upbit reserve look like they almost went to zero. Now, when we do look at the number, it is pretty significantly high still, 1 billion tokens on the exchange, but it is getting much lower. And on top of that, just announced today, introducing XRP Ledger version 2.5. When you head over to Ripple's website and take a look at the blog, they've got a new one that just got launched, and it says here, introducing XRP Ledgers 2.5. Version 2.5 of Ripple, the reference server implementation of the XRP Ledger protocol, is now available. So they're wanting people to upgrade the nodes, the validators of XRP, want them to upgrade to the newest version. This release adds new features and bug fixes and introduces these amendments: token escrow, batch, permission DEX, permission delegation, AMM version 1.3, enforced NFT token trust line, and pay Chan cancel after. It also gives the instructions on installing and updating the software for them. It goes through all of the different amendments that are being processed through, the new features that are coming out, the bug fixes, which were pretty extensive, actually. They all got handled, and other improvements that are coming through. So if you want to geek out on the XRP Ledger and find out what's going on, head over to RippleXDev on x.com and go ahead and go to the blog post and read it for yourself. Really exciting. You can see this is the amount of people who have actually updated. The green is the 2.5 version. So not very many people have actually gotten into there yet, only 8% so far, but this was just announced. As you've been hearing over and over from many different people on the internet talking about how crypto is replacing traditional finance. It is literally going to be the new layer of finance. And Robinhood CEO Vlad Tenev says crypto will replace traditional finance.
I do think that crypto itself, there's two ways to look at it. One is a tradable asset like options, futures, and equities. The other is as a fundamental underlying technology. Right. And in the second lens, it's the next stage in evolution. We've gone from, paper and pencil, filing cabinet based financial services to mainframe to on-premise, and then more recently cloud. Now, crypto is the next stage in that, where a lot of the business logic that we've required businesses to actually build is now shared infrastructure. So exchanges, lending pools, payment processors, all these things are replaced by software. So I think in the future, crypto technology will power trading and all sorts of financial services, including trading in stocks and other TradFi assets.
I completely agree with what Vlad is saying there. When I first got involved in crypto, all I thought about was buying a coin because the price goes up and you can make money. But I wasn't really thinking about the underlying infrastructure, the technology, the blockchain technology of it all. And that's why I'm so glad that we have created Altcoin Pro University. We have an entire classroom for people to understand what you are doing right now. You are literally a genius for being involved in crypto right now. The adoption hasn't even kicked in yet. But some of you guys may not even understand the power that's in your crypto wallets. So that's why we created the classroom. We have the classroom Crypto Foundations to teach you, learn the basics of cryptocurrency and kickstart your crypto journey. Not just, okay, yes, I buy this crypto because it goes up, but why is crypto important? And then on top of the foundations, we build the building blocks of the house. Web3 crypto world is comprised of many functioning systems. You need to know that. Once your house is built, we then have the ironclad crypto strategy, your doors, your locks, your windows, your security cameras, all of that, how to use it properly. Get in this immediately. The link is down in the description. Altcoin Pro University. We even have a 14-day free trial. Trust me, you'll be blown away with what you learned, and you're going to be happy that you've gotten that. On top of all of the knowledge of what crypto is, we have altcoin picks, DeFi yield picks, and airdrops. If you've ever wanted to find out about how to get free crypto, come to our airdrop classes. We have over 1,000 members worldwide. We can't wait for you to join us as well. And as you know, XRP Army, there's been craziness going around with Brito making his first post in many, many years. Well, David Schwartz comes out and posts a continuation. Remember, yesterday, he was the one that said, I can confirm this is really Arthur Brito. So here's what we got. My favorite theory about Brito, mysterious post, is that many, many years ago, he set up a dead man switch to send the private keys to his XRPL accounts to me if he doesn't post for 15 years and he can't remember how to shut it off. So as you know, David Schwartz always posting weird, random, crazy cryptic messages. And this is just another one to add to the lore of what XRP is. All right, so we're going to jump over to XRP in the charts today. As you can tell, we have broken above another key level that we've been talking about, the $2.15. Yesterday, we had a nice breakthrough. The day before does not count because it got to there. The body just tapped the area. We had a continuation candle. Love to see another continuation candle. Now, the indicator that I want to share with you guys today is called the shaft trend cycle. And there's two settings you can use. We're using this for the short-term momentum. Okay, short-term, you want to know in the short term where price could be going. The great thing is price runs from 0 to 100 and then 100 to 0 over and over and over and over again. Okay. So what we want to look at on the shaft trend cycle, you can use these settings. The length is 10. The fast length is 10. The slow length is 30. And that's going to be for our very short-term momentum waves. That's what we're going to talk about today. So as we can see, when price zeroes out and turns from red to green, price starts to make its move up along with our indicator. Now, the good news on our daily, we can see that we had just reset back to 0 and we're starting to make that push back to the 100 level. Personally, I do like to stack this with the MACD using the same settings, fast moving of 10, slow moving of 30, the signal length of 10. And right now, I am not super bullish on XRP because right now, our long-term momentum based on the MACD is still in the red. Once this flips green and this flips green, you get a double combo. That's when you get moves like this, when price went from 215 all the way up to 265, right? So that was a 50-cent move. Right now, we are pumping. We could say we started making our move from here, $2.01. We're up 20 cents already, which is nice based on this cycle here. Look at the last time we reset. Down here to the bottom, price started surging to the upside on the shaft trend cycle. We went from the levels of the bodies at $1.79 until this turned back to red, where we had achieved $2.29. This does work on all time frames. Let's take a look at the weekly. As we can see, the weekly for XRP has reset to the bottom. It's laying flat. Last time we reset to, we've been here for quite some time. We had an attempt to the upside. Unfortunately, it was stalled at our next level of resistance we'll talk about is $2.43. But last time we actually had the momentum ride to the upside. and we were in the green. Long-term momentum was back on October 28th, the week of, and then we started making its move. And that's when it, before it turning red, had reached its all-time high of $3.40. We can also confirm this with Bitcoin. As we take a look at Bitcoin, when it gets to the bottom, starts making its turn back to the upside. This is on the weekly. You can see the move to the upside. Over here, this is a good move here. Boom, to the upside. Shaft trend cycle, the 1030 setting. Then we had a pullback. Okay, well, this is where we're going to start making a move back to the upside, which we did. Recently, we have turned red on the Bitcoin. But when we turn on the midterm setting, we can see we're just getting to the top there as well. We're still bullish on the long-term momentum. Going back to XRP here, as we can see, we had maxed out. This is on the 4-hour chart now, just letting you know it works on all different time frames. 4-hour chart starts to turn red here. We drop all the way down. We ride it till it turns green. We can see it's turning green here. But instead of making a power move to the upside, we just consolidate sideways until it resets, and then it continues riding out the red. That's because we have the stacked on top MACD as well. As we can see right here, we have an early entry when we bounced off this $1.90 support level that we've been talking about for months before this drop started. It did come back, retest this level, starts making its move to the upside, and now we have a double confirmation. We're green and green. So what I would like to see now is XRP to either come back down and retest this $2.15 level, consolidate here, while our short-term momentum comes back and resets on the 4-hour, then makes our way back up to our next level up here, which is our resistance of $2.43. So give that indicator a try and let me know what you think. Now, the next thing that we're going to talk about today is our support and resistance lines. We have come back and we retested. Remember, we've been talking about this. The bodies of these candles closed right here, April 7th, before making a move to the upside. Price came back down, retested the levels of the bodies of the candle, and starting to make its move to the upside. We have broken above the $2.15 level. We're looking at the weekly candles. The next level of extreme importance is breaking through this $2.44 level. That was our most recent lowest high. We tried to change market structure here, but unfortunately it didn't. Now we do have, as far as the body candles go, a new higher low here. And if we can surge back above here, breaking through with a closed body candle above $2.45, we would then have new market structure in the XRP weekly time frame. So as we take a look now on XRP on the hourly charts, we can see price did push up nicely to the upside. We are on long-term momentum wave, bullish on this short time frame. It's only an hour. We have come down and reset on our short-term momentum shaft trend cycle to zero. And as we were talking about on the 4-hour, what we'd like to see is that consolidation. We have that consolidation here on the 1 hour. Now we need to see the momentum build back up, our shaft trend cycle, make a turn to the upside, start turning green, and then we're going to see a surge back up into these levels here. I'm looking for $2.30, where we are going to run into an area of resistance. And this is going to be based off of our supply and resistance technique using the Heikin-Ashi candles. Now, if you have not seen this, I'm going to show you this trick that we like to use as well for finding support and resistance. So as we can see right here on the hourly charts, price pushed up very nicely before having this fall to the downside. So what we do is we find the very last green candle to the upside before the drop. So this is going to become our level of resistance. So we're going to take our square tool. We're going to draw. We got to turn the magnet on. We take our square tool here, rectangle tool, and we draw it. And I always click the settings of extend style, extend to the right. Okay, extend to the right. So we want to see where it goes into the future. So right now, as we can see, price is trying to make its way to the upside. Now, what we're going to find on this drop is if there's any resistance that may be stopping us from getting to that level. Well, the way you do that is you find the drop where it's all red. It's nice and smoothed out because of the Heikin-Ashi candles. And what you notice, there's this little random green candle right here. So that is going to be a supply and demand zone in between the drop. And if we take a look at where price is right now, well, unfortunately, we're rejecting off of that level. So once we break to the top of this, $2.22, we're going to have a nice pathway up on the hourly charts to $2.30. Okay, so that's resistance. What about support on this local level on the way down to the downside? We're going to do the same thing. We've got this nice push to the upside. Well, we're going to see where the interruptions are on the way down. So right here, this red candle is going to be a support level, $2.15. We also have this one right here. Now you may be asking, well, how do I choose which one to use? Well, it's going to be the very last candle before the next up move, right? So we come down, there's this red candle right here, and that is going to be our area of support. So right now we're in an interesting scenario. We're between a support and resistance level. Our 1 hour short-term momentum has reset to the bottom. It's ready to make a break to the upside. Our long-term momentum is still flashing bullish. It's green. And historically, as we can see, we've been stuck around this area before historically, which is this $2.15. On the way down, it was acting as a support and resistance before losing it. Now, as it's challenged its way up, it's becoming an area as well. So what we are watching for right now, again, this $2.15 level acting as a support ultimately because of that bodied candle close from the weekly. Then we need to see this push, though, back above the $2.22, and we should have some nice moves on the way up to $2.30. Now, of course, Trump could tweet something right now and absolutely nuke the market to the downside, and all of this amazing support and resistance doesn't matter because Iran dropped the bomb on Israel. So you got to be paying attention to fundamental news outside of the charts as well. And going back to Altcoin Pro University, if you are someone who's looking to learn and get better at technical analysis, as we just showed you, in our classroom section here, we have an entire module on this. Technical Analysis Essentials. You can get in here, get involved, learn how to actually look at the charts, read the charts, horizontal vertical lines, price range, date range, line charts, candlesticks. We've got it all from the beginners to the expert levels. You can get in here and learn everything that you need to know. Hey, bull runners, are you feeling FOMO about this bull run without the right financial support? We're here to change that. We're not just about funding, we're about growing your business together. Whether you're investing in crypto, kicking off a new startup, managing your existing business, or looking to expand, we have personalized funding that meets your exact needs. Imagine starting your business or getting capital to invest $100,000 to $250,000 at 0% interest. That's not a dream, it's what we do. We've helped countless entrepreneurs like you with 0% interest funding without needing personal funds, income verification, or collateral. With just a 680 credit score, you qualify. We understand that your business can't wait, so take advantage of our quick funding approach. We look beyond the credit score with inclusive approval process that sees the big picture of your business or investment potential. Our flexible repayments are tailored to match your business cycles, ensuring you can manage repayments without strain. With access to our extensive lending network of over 5,000 options, we're committed to finding the perfect match for your business or investing needs. Plus, you'll have our dedicated team by your side, guiding you through every step of the funding journey. Whether it's buying crypto, hiring new employees, or launching a new product, we're committed to your success. Click the link to connect with our expert advisors and secure your business's future now.